You guys are very sweet. Are you guys married? No. Good for you. Keeping it spicy. Keeping it spicy. Yeah, me neither. No, I've been dating this guy for a while, and, we've reached that point. We've been together for a few years where you got to start keeping things, a little interesting. You get into a rut sometimes, and I'm gone a lot. And so recently I was like, hey, what would you think if we tried a little bit of phone sex? My boyfriend was like, I don't want to have phone sex with you because if I say something stupid, you're going to talk about it on stage. And that is true. I sure am. And he knows that because one time I used to have a joke about how I'm 37 and I have major baby fever. Like, it hit me hard when I turned 36 last year, and even though we have 6 kids, I want a baby so fucking bad. I want a baby all the time. I want a baby so bad. And the only way he finally talked me out of having a baby was he was like, we'll have to get one of those church vans. And I was like, oh. Never mind. That's a commitment. Like, a minivan is one thing, but the church van, that's a step up into nuts, is what that is. But he has a vasectomy anyway, so it's like we can kind of talk about it. And I don't know if you know this, but like making a baby sex is really good sex. It's sexy sex. And so one time when we were fucking, I was like, put a baby in me, just for dirty talk, for funsies, okay? For funsies, because he has a vasectomy, so it's a safe thing to just plunge right into, And I was like, put a baby in me, and he stopped and was like, I don't want to have a child with you, and I was like. I just don't feel like it's a good idea, and we're both a little older, and your eggs have probably gotten to an age where we'd have a Down syndrome child. Also, your family has a history of schizophrenia and alcoholism that I'm not nuts about, I'll be honest. Just fuck me! So, I did talk about that a little bit more. He was like, I'm not good at dirty talk. I don't like it. I'm not good at it. He's like, you'll make fun of me. And I was like, how about this? How about let's just try it. And no matter what happens, no matter what you say, we'll keep going. We'll keep it. It'll be sexy no matter what, I promise. We'll just keep moving. So he's like, okay, yeah, all right, let's try it. And he's like, okay, yeah, all right. I come to your hotel room, and my pants are on. It's great. It's a good start. I'm glad you didn't ride up in this scenario in the elevator with your dick out. That would have distracted me, probably. He's like, I come to your room, and I take my pants off, and I'm feeling a little dominant, so I tell you to get on your knees. Okay. Solid start. He's like, I tell you to go ahead and blow me. Okay. He's like, yeah. And I take my dick and I rub it all over your face. Do you? My face, like you're just really finger painting with that. But I said I wouldn't make fun. I said I wouldn't stop. So I was like, yeah, you're really getting in there. It's all over my face, and I like that. I'm very aroused by that. He's like, yeah, and then I take my cock and I smack you in the cheek with it. Why? Why do you do that? It's not a rhetorical question. I want an answer. Why are you guys always smacking us in the cheek with your cocks? Like, where did that come from? It's in like every porn, and like I'm down for just about anything. But it's not that I'm like, oh, I don't want you to do that. It's just like, I don't know what you want from me in that moment. Like, am I supposed to hate it? Am I supposed, oh, God, no, oh, ow, it's so heavy? Maybe? No, the bruising. I'll be off solids for a week. Maybe. Or am I supposed to love it? Am I supposed to be like, yes, oh my God, thank you. It's really exfoliating, just, I don't know, but I hate it. But I was like, yay, you're really smacking my cheeks with it, and I'm taking it like a champ, or maybe not. But he was really into it. I could tell it was turning him on, and he was like, yeah. And then I take my cock and I put it in your mouth. Okay. And then I take it out and I shove it in your eye. What? I know I said I wasn't going to stop you, but no. No, you don't. I can't be taking a cock in the eye. I wear contact lenses, like, my optometrist has been very clear that my cockeye days are over. Those are behind me. Those are times for a younger woman. Is that something, oh my God, is that something you want to try? Like, I'm like, let's do anal. And you're like, let me skull fuck you. Jeez. I was like, I'm gonna have to tell you, I think that's a hard no for me. I said I'd be down for anything, and he was like, no, I didn't mean it. I meant like, oh, and he's like, this is why I didn't want to do this, because I knew I said something dumb, and then I knew you'd make fun of me, and I was like, no, let's start over, let's keep going. And he was like, oh, fine. And I was like, let's do a little role play. How about this? I've been a bad girl. Now you go. And he's like, okay, fine. You've been a bad girl, and I'm gonna give you a spanking. Okay. And he's like, so I go up to the kitchen. Let's maybe just keep this simple. He's like, yeah, I go up to the kitchen. You've been such a bad girl. I open the utensil drawer, and I pull out one of those, what are they called? I take out one of the, you make a cake with them? I pull out, they have a thing on the, it's the handle. You can scrape with it. I just wanted to see where the spankers were sitting, and they're right there. Spatula is correct. I would have also accepted wooden spoon, though. One time in Texas, a woman yelled out, rolling pin. I was like, whoa. Only to be topped later by a guy who yelled out, oven rack. Okay. I am not judging your sex life, but that is some intense shit. See what I'm saying? Like, somebody wants to get beaten with an oven rack, but does not masturbate to balls. Like, that's what I'm saying. I don't make the rules. But you guys, things got pretty heated, pretty sexy. We were able to finally kind of find a rhythm, and I'm not going to tell you everything. But we kind of got into it. We were going, and he got close, and he was like, I think I'm going to go. And I was like, yeah, you are. You're so sexy. Look at you go. You're so sexy. Work it. You're so sexy. And he's like, I think I'm almost there. I think I'm gonna come in your hair. Oh, you better not. better not. Not even in roleplay, motherfucker. I just fucking dry shampooed. Nobody's coming. You can fuck my eye. Fuck my eye if you have to. Not coming in my hair. What kind of animal? If you've ever come in a girl's hair, you get the fuck out of here right now. I don't want those kind of fans. I don't want those people. Monster. Monster. I want to end on this. We were talking about my son earlier, and it can be a very challenging thing to have a special needs kid. And my son is high functioning, so if you have a kid who has even more challenges, I just want to hug you after the show and tell you that you're so brave and so patient and so amazing. But it can be really challenging, and when my son was little, I used to worry about him a lot, and I used to be very scared for him because there's a bit of a mourning process you go through when your child is first diagnosed with autism. And you kind of have to learn to love the child that you have and let go of this idea of the child that you thought you wanted, which if you don't have kids is true whether your child is special needs or not, because they are all cunts. They're just all, they are. When you're pregnant, you have all these ideas that you guys are gonna learn to read together. I was gonna say, I'm gonna try that again, because I was saying learn to read together. Like I didn't know how to read when I was pregnant. Which is not far off, guys. Salmon again. So when you're pregnant, you have all these big ideas, that you're gonna read them Tolstoy and you're gonna take them to the park, and instead they puke in your bra and take a shit in your couch and hide it, and you love them anyway, and you just think they're amazing. And that was true with my son. And I used to worry, like, what will happen to him when he moves out of my house, like when he grows up and he's out in the world, like who will take care of my brilliant, wonderful little weirdo out there? And something happened, and I thought I'd share it with you because I feel like it's a pretty uplifting story. A few years ago, when my son was younger, he was up in the shower, and I was down in the kitchen, and he came downstairs very excited, dripping wet, no towel, just fully nude, comes in, and is like, I'm got a lot of big ideas for the Mars Rover program. Just totally naked. And as he was telling me these brilliant ideas, I realized in that moment that my son has the biggest dick I've ever seen in my life. And I don't want you to get worried, like, oh, maybe Emma hasn't seen a bunch of big dicks, like #blessed, like the kids are saying. I know my business, and this thing was a real monster. It looked shocking on a child's body. It was like Lancer. Like, he came in and I was like, oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, wow. Maybe here's a tea towel. Maybe hang that lengthwise. Why don't you run upstairs? Try not to trip on that. And as my son was going up the stairs, I realized that he's going to be just fine. Yeah. Somebody's gonna take care of him, Between NASA and that hog, my son is living the dream. There's not a person in this room who's gonna have a better life than my big dick autistic kid. So, just how it is. Just how it is, guys. Sometimes it's really special to me to get to talk about my son, and that's why the name of my album is Shut Up, Calvin. I let him name it, so there you go. But it's really special to get to talk about my son because a lot of times the parents of autistic kids or special needs kids will come up to me after our shows and be like, oh my God, my son is also, autistic, or my daughter, or sometimes special ed teachers will come and be like, oh my God, it was so great to hear the story of what we deal with. And that's really special to me. But even more special than that is how often autistic men come up to me after shows and say, I also have a huge penis. It's a real monster. Would you like to see it? You know what, Boise? I always would. Thank you guys so much. Shit, you've been amazing. Thank you. Oh my gosh. Sit down. I gotta do thank yous. I gotta do some thank you. You guys are so lovely. Sit down. I'm going to do some quick thank yous, and then we're going to have a dance party and cake. I thank you guys so much for being a part of this taping. It means the world to me that you were here. I might cry. That you were here and that you were part of this, and this was so fun, and you were so wonderful. So round of applause for yourselves. You guys were great. Thomas Paul's band and the band, Thomas Paul Band, they were wonderful. Sam and Beck, always so kind to me. Hannah Gold and Bobcat Goldthwait for giving me some money to do this. Of course, Dylan Haas for helping me put so much of this together. Cody Giddings, who was our director, and all the crew, so thank you so much. And thank you, Boise. You guys are the most beautiful people in the world, and I love you. Thank you. Stay for the party!